Jurassic 2000 here, back with another review. This time, it's my first review on any of the Mattel figures. I will try to get around to doing the others from Wave 1, but this is the Wave 2 Roarivores Ceratosaurus. Now, the Ceratosaurus doesn't show up in Jurassic World or in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but she does show up in Jurassic Park 3. And I gotta say, this perfectly represents what she looked like in that very underwhelming scene she was in. It's the nice red going down the body, that nice lighter color on the underside. Alright, so first let's get into detail and paint job. Right now, the detail, even though it might not show up on this camera, is phenomenal. You have all the different sculpted scales and wrinkles and osteoderms running down the body. And like I said earlier, the paint job is perfect. Now on the camera it shows up looking a little pink, but it is a very deep red. It is very much red. There you see the wrinkles. You can see the rib cage popping through a little bit. Skin pressed up against that rib cage. The red just runs down the entirety of the body. Same with these amazing black stripes. It's just gives it so much detail. Got the little arms with 4 fingers. The nice muscular leg with a very small foot, which means she can't really balance very well. I mean, she's going to balance for this video, but doesn't balance very well. Oh, yep, there she goes. But you need the big feet to balance. And people were complaining about the big feet, so they made the feet really small. And down here, stripes continue in the pattern. The red and black pattern continues all the way to the end of the tail, which for a lot of Roarivores, or just a lot of the figures in general, for example, let's bring in the Triceratops. The pattern ends before it gets onto the tail, and the tail doesn't have any pattern whatsoever. Well, they decided to go all the way down for the Ceratosaurus, which is really nice. So, detail and paint job definitely gets an A+ for me. Take a quick look at the other side. And I gotta say, I think this is a figure that you need to admire from a distance. And jeez, I can stand. I think this is a figure to admire from a distance. Just because I just think she looks so cool. Let me look at her from a profile, just like that. That is why I have a buck there, because she doesn't on the carpet whatsoever. She just stands for a little while. Maybe take a look at the other belly. Got some more sculpting detail at the bottom there. So, speaker, what the batteries are. There's the tail. There we have the Jurassic logo, and if you need it, Jurassic scan code. It's not going to show up because this camera sucks, but that's a scan code. Can't really see it very well at all, but you know, it is what it is. I haven't really been scanning these things in. I'm mainly getting them because they look cool on my shelf. And I love the Jurassic Park movies. They're my favorite movies of all time. There we go. So, detail and paint job definitely gets an A+ for me. Next up is articulation. That is something that these figures definitely exceed in, is the articulation department. Now, Roarivores don't really have any articulation up in the head at all, but he does have the standard Roarivore articulation. The arms move back and forth, can move in 360, and they do move outward. So, don't know why you want these Ceratosaurus looking like that, because these hands are pretty. And for a Ceratosaurus, the arms are pretty far apart. I like my Ceratosaurus with his arms close to the body, but the legs do move back and forth. Both here, this one like with most of these Jurassic World figures, this leg does click into place. While this one, I don't know if it's just mine, but mine doesn't. It doesn't really click into place. Like, at all. And one nice point of articulation, which was very surprising for me. I mean, I saw reviews of this when it first came out. I mean, I just got this a couple days ago. It was only one of 2 figures from Wave 2 that I found at the Walmart by my house. But, I don't know, I guess I didn't really notice, but it has tail articulation. So we can twist the tail around. I don't know why it would. I don't, but that came as a surprise to me, because a lot of the other Roarivores, like the Allosaurus here, tails not friendly. Like, no articulation with the Baryonyx. And the Triceratops. So, articulation's still good enough. Definitely gets an A+ for me in that department. But this next part, we're taking a step back because it is size comparison. It is something that Mattel has definitely succeeded in, is making these figures in all 3 3/4 inch scale. So, here is a human figure. This is Alan Grant. Next to the Ceratosaurus. And, looks very nice next to Alan. I think the Jurassic Park 3 Ceratosaurus might have been slightly bigger, but this is perfectly fine because about as big as Ceratosaurus is to a person. Maybe slightly smaller, because Ceratosaurus wasn't all that big, like at all. So you can see how big it is next to a 3 3/4 inch human character from this new line. Let's compare her to some fellow Roarivores. Here is the Baryonyx from Wave 1. And these two are about the same length. The Baryonyx is slightly bigger, which is accurate. I think it's accurate to even the movie universe. I think Baryonyx is like 31 or 32 feet long. Well, Ceratosaurus is 30 feet in the movie universe. While in reality, Ceratosaurus is about 20 to 23 feet long. While Baryonyx was around 30 feet long. So Baryonyx was bigger and should be bigger than Ceratosaurus. And these two look pretty nice together. Baryonyx is slightly taller. Slightly. I like the head. So there you go. Baryonyx is a figure that I would like to review soon. So keep an eye out for that one. Next, another fellow Roarivore. Let's compare our Ceratosaurus to a dinosaur that she actually coexisted with in real life. Let's bring in my favorite dinosaur of all time, the Allosaurus. The apex predator of the Jurassic period. I do have the Allosaurus standing upright. It's not how like the legs click into place. The way the legs click into place, it's down this kind of prowling position right down there. Or running position maybe. But this Allosaurus doesn't really go in scale with the Jurassic universe Allosaurus, because that Allosaurus is around, at full adult size, around 12 meters or 39-40 feet long. So I'm assuming this is supposed to be the juvenile that we see in Fallen Kingdom, but so it's relatively accurate. Allosaurus was much bigger than Ceratosaurus in real life, but if you're going by the juvenile Allosaurus that you see in Fallen Kingdom, this is, whoops, both of these guys don't like sand. Both of these guys go in scale, and you could have them fight each other because, you know, they did in real life. Allosaurus and Ceratosaurus coexist with each other in real life. Okay, so these are the Roarivores. Let's just compare with a couple other figures just for fun. I do not have the Attack Pack Blue. Instead, I went and got the Battle Damage Blue, so it's about the size of an Attack Pack figure next to this Roarivore Ceratosaurus. That is blue. And let's compare her to, not 100% sure, take this statement with a grain of salt. Her descendant, an Abelisaur, a Carnotaurus, which this Carnotaurus is mighty big. They definitely made the Carnotaurus bigger than it was in real life. Carnotaurus was about 30 feet long, while Jurassic version is about 34, 35 feet long, so this does go in scale. She is very tall. And last but certainly not least, this is kind of like, I'm going to be comparing everyone to this guy. The Thrash and Throw Tyrannosaurus Rex. Who doesn't shut up? And this is definitely accurate. Yeah, Tyrannosaurus Rex is much bigger than Ceratosaurus, so definitely doesn't get there. And there's this. So size comparison, looks like Mattel is definitely staying true to what they said with these figures. It is in 3 3/4 scale. It was very nice with the other dinosaurs. So next up, we're going to go over her action feature. Now, these figures are called the Roarivores, as you may know, because they roar. There's a little button on the back here, which is very nicely hidden in the hide of a dinosaur. We press a little button on the back, and this one opens the mouth, while the others, like Allosaurus here, you press the button and it actually closes the mouth when it roars. Didn't make much sense to a whole lot of people, so for Wave 2, Mattel has made their next carnivore figure. When you press the button, the mouth opens and she roars. I didn't get around 4 roars, so that was 1. It's roar number 2. Not really roar, it's more of an eating sound, but I like it. It's 2. 3. That sounds like Indoraptor to me. And I think that was 4, which is definitely too fun. Yep, that one. So that one was the 4th one. And here you can kind of get it look inside the mouth there. Definitely made the tongue nice pink and glossy, and the roof of the mouth is nicely sculpted. So that was her action feature. Right, now finally my final thoughts. Overall, this is an amazing figure. Mattel is keeping up the good work. Roarivores, absolutely amazing. Probably one of, if not my favorite, what do you call it? My favorite group of figures from this new line. They're somewhat affordable and are jam-packed with detail. Just like this one. This one definitely does not disappoint. So, what do I give this guy? I will give her 9.9 out of 10. She is absolutely amazing. Now, my 9.9 out of 10 out of 10 is because she really likes to fall over. Very small feet don't balance her too well. It's not that big of a deal, but it has woken me up in the middle of the night. Oh, there it goes. Didn't fall over completely here. Arm kind of falling, but it has woken me up in the middle of the night a couple times, and I had to put her back up on the shelf. I usually put putty under her feet, and I have been doing that, or leaning her up against another dinosaur, and I have been doing that ever since. It's not that big of a deal, but it was somewhat of a problem at first. Now, I still highly recommend this figure to anybody who doesn't have it, and I mean, once you see it, go for this one. I don't have any other Wave 2 Roarivores. This was the only one that my Walmart had, but they are absolutely amazing figures. But if you see one, go for it, because these ones can be very hard to find, and these ones can be hard to find because they're like just hitting shelves. So once you see this, snatch it up. Or any of the Wave 2 Roarivores, I'd say. All of them are very, very good. It was absolutely amazing. Probably my favorite group of figures. I don't know what to call them, but... So, hope you enjoyed this video. Just hold our tail for now. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.